it's time for drama in the classic serial and an adaptation of Ernest Hemingway's novel For Whom the Bell Tolls. Set high in the pine forests of the Spanish Sierra, a young American volunteer prepares to blow up a vital bridge as part of a Republican offensive during Spain's Civil War.
For Whom the Bell Tolls by Ernest Hemingway. Adapted by Ed Heim. Part 1.
He lay flat on the brown pine-needled floor of the forest, his chin on his folded arms. And high overhead, the wind blew in the tops of the pine trees. Below there was a stream alongside the road, and far down the pass he saw a mill beside the stream, and the falling water of the dam, white in the summer sunlight.
Is that the mill? How many soldiers are in there?
Perhaps 4, and a corporal. There's another post at the roadmander's hut below the bridge. There are more there.
He spread the photostated military map out on the forest floor and looked at it carefully. The old man looked over his shoulder. He was a short, solid old man in a black peasant smock, and he was breathing heavily from the climb, and his hand rested on one of the 2 heavy packs they had been carrying.
And at the bridge?
Always 2. 1 at each end. How many men will you need?
I will let you know when we've studied the bridge. Now I wish to go to where we will hide this explosive until it is time. How are you called?
I'm called Anselmo, and I come from Barco de Avila. Let me help you with that pack.
The young man, whose name was Robert Jordan, knew from experience how simple it was to move behind enemy lines in all this country, if you had a good guide. It was only giving importance to what happened to you if you were caught that made it difficult. That, and deciding whom to trust.
I go ahead to warn them. You do not want to be shot at carrying that stuff.
Robert Jordan trusted the old man, Anselmo, so far. And the problem of the bridge was no more difficult than many other problems. He knew how to blow any sort of bridge that you could name, and he had blown them of all sizes and constructions. There was enough explosive and equipment to blow the bridge, even if it were twice as big as General Goltz had described it the night before.
They tell me you blow bridges very well, Comrade Jordan. You have a funny name in Spanish. Comrade Jordan.
How do you say Goltz in Spanish, Comrade General?
Hortze. Comrade General Hortze. If I had known how they pronounced Goltz in Spanish, I would pick me out a better name before I left Russia. Now, listen. Merely to blow the bridge is a failure. To blow the bridge right after our attack starts is how it should be done. Not before, so it can be repaired if the attack is postponed. That is the only road on which the fascists can bring up reinforcements.
And when is the attack?
I will tell you when to be ready for. But you must use the date and hour only as an indication of probability. Has any attack ever been as it should? All you need to know is that there will be aerial bombardment as preparation. When the planes unload, the attack has started. You understand?
I understand. I do not say I like it very much.
Neither do I. If you think you cannot do it, say so now.
I will do it, Comrade General.
Robert Jordan knelt by the stream, lowered himself with a hand on each of 2 boulders, and drank. The water was achingly cold. With the old man was another man, also in a black peasant smock and rope-soled shoes, and with a carbine slung over his back.
Salud, camarada.
Salud. He was a heavy man, about 5 feet 10 inches tall, and his head was round and set close on his shoulders. His eyes were small and set too wide apart.
He's the boss here. Very strong man.
I can see it.
Here you have dynamite. How much have you brought me?
I have brought you no dynamite. The dynamite is for another purpose. What is your name?
What is it to thee?
He's Pablo.
What are you going to do with the dynamite?
Blow up a bridge.
What bridge?
That is my business. We can discuss it together. Do you wish to help with the sacks?
I will take it.
In Pablo's sullenness, there was a sadness that was disturbing to Robert Jordan. He knew that sadness, and to see it here worried him.
It was Pablo who blew up the train at Arevalo.
There was a foreigner with us who made the explosion. He had a very rare name. He was fair as you are.
Kashkin.
Yeah. What became of him?
He is dead since April.
The fascists are very strong. I see them always stronger, always better armed. Now, if you blow a bridge, they will know we are here, and we will be hunted.
I come only for my duty. If I ask you to help me, you can refuse, and I will find others who will help me. But I have to do what I am ordered to do, and I can promise you of its importance.
My duty is to those who are with me and to myself. It is only by doing nothing here that we were able to live in these mountains. It's the principle of the fox.
Yes, it's the principle of the fox. When we need the wolf.
I am more wolf than thee.
No, more wolf than me, and I am 68 years old.
You are an old man who will make himself trouble with his mouth.
I'm an old man who's afraid of no one, and who now is hungry and thirsty. Go on, guerrilla leader with a sad face. Lead us to something to eat.
It is starting badly enough, Robert Jordan thought. But Anselmo's a man. They are wonderful when they are good, he thought. There is no people like them when they are good. And when they go bad, there is no people that is worse. That Pablo is going bad fast, and without hiding it. When he starts to hide it, he will have made a decision. Remember that, he told himself. The first friendly thing he does, he will have made a decision.
Hola, what is this that comes?
The old man and the dynamiter.
They had come through the heavy timber to the cup-shaped upper end of the little valley. It was a good camp. There was a large cave, and beside the opening, a man sat with his back against the rock.
Don't leave them so close to the cave. There's a fire in there.
Get up and put it away thyself, gypsy.
Nah, leave it there. Blow thyself up. It should cure thy diseases.
Robert Jordan lifted the sacks away from the cave entrance and leaned them one on each side of a tree trunk. He knew what was in them, and he never liked to see them close together.
What is there to eat?
Everything, man. We eat like generals.
And what do gypsies do in the war?
We keep on being gypsies.
It's a good job.
They're best. How did he call thee?
Roberto. And thee?
Raphael.
There is food, son. Do you have tobacco?
Here.
Much air and little tobacco. I know these Russian cigarettes. The other with the rare name, Adam.
Kashkin.
Yeah. How did he die?
He killed himself. He was wounded and he did not wish to be a prisoner. I don't know the details.
Robert Jordan was lying. He knew the details very well, and he knew they would not make good talking now.
He made us promise to shoot him in case he were wounded at the train. He had a great fear of being tortured.
Poor old Kashkin, Robert Jordan thought. They should have pulled him out. You can't have people around doing this sort of work and talking like that. Even if they accomplish their mission, they're doing more harm than good.
He was a little strange.
There it comes.
Yeah, you have eaten.
And I can eat twice more.
The girl stooped as she came out of the cave mouth carrying the big iron cooking platter. And Robert Jordan saw her face turned at an angle. And at the same time saw the strange thing about her.
Hola, comrade.
Salud.
Robert Jordan was careful not to stare and not to look away. She set down the flat iron platter in front of him, and she looked him full in the face and smiled. Her teeth were white in her brown face, and her skin and her eyes were the same golden tawny brown. Her hair was the golden brown of a grain field that has been burned dark in the sun, but it was cut short all over her head, so that it was but little longer than fur.
Please don't stare. They gave me this haircut in Valladolid. It's almost grown out now. Go ahead and eat.
It was rabbit cooked with onions and green peppers, and there were chickpeas in the red wine sauce. The girl watched him through the meal. Robert Jordan wiped up the last of the sauce in front of him with a piece of bread, piled the rabbit bones to one side, wiped the spot where they had been for sauce, then ate the bread. The girl still watched him.
How art thou called?
Pablo looked at him quickly when he heard the tone of his voice. Then he got up and walked away.
Maria. And thee?
Roberto. Have you been long in the mountains?
3 months. My hair was shaved in the prison at Valladolid. It has taken 3 months to grow to this. I was on the train that was blown. They were taking me with the other prisoners to the south.
I found her hidden in the rocks. Man, but this one was difficult. We brought her with us, but many times I thought we'd have to leave her.
You have done trains too?
3 trains in Estremadura. There are many of us working in Estremadura.
Robert Jordan realized that it was hard for him to look at her because it made his voice change so. He was violating the second rule of the 2 rules for getting on well with people that speak Spanish. Give the men tobacco and leave the women alone. And he realized very suddenly that he did not care.
I wish I would have had the luck to see you before your hair was cut.
It will grow out. In 6 months it will be long enough.
She picked up the iron plate they had eaten from and the 4 forks and walked back inside the cave. She moved awkwardly as a colt moves, but with that same grace as of a young animal.
How many are you?
We are 7, and there are 2 women.
2?
The girl and the mujer of Pablo. She is something very barbarous. If you think Pablo's ugly, you should see his woman. But brave. 100 times braver than Pablo.
Pablo was brave in the beginning.
And he killed more people in the cholera. At the start of the movements, Pablo killed more people in the typhoid fever.
Since a long time, he's muy flojo. He's very much afraid to die.
Let us see the mujer of Pablo now.
The mujer of Pablo has a strong hatred for me. And she treats me as a time waster.
What injustice.
She's against gypsies.
What an error.
She has a tongue that scalds and bites like a bullwhip.
She's very good with the girl. She takes good care of her. She lets no man near her.
The girl was very strange when we found her at the train. She'd not speak, and if anyone touched her, she'd shiver like a wet dog. Only lately has she been better. Talking to you, she was very good. But at the train, we would have left her. Something so sad and ugly and worthless. But the old woman tied a rope around her. And when the girl could not go farther, the old woman beat her. And when she really could not go, the old woman made me carry her. Yeah, but what the old woman said to me to make me do it, something barbarous.
It was the only useful thing you've done, you lazy drunken son of an unmarried gypsy hoe.
Robert Jordan saw a woman of about 50, almost as wide as she was tall, in black peasant skirt and waist, with heavy wool socks on heavy legs, black rope-soled shoes, and a brown face like a model for a granite monument.
Get out of here now and relieve Andres on guard at the top.
My boy, I will see you at the hour of eating.
3 times you've eaten today. Go now and send me Andres. Hola. How are you? And how is everything in the Republic?
Good. Both with me and with the Republic.
I am happy. Young man, I am very glad you have come. Do you come to do us another train?
A bridge. But for what I must do, we need many more men.
Tomorrow we'll go see El Sordo. He has the best band in these mountains. Now listen to me. Be very good and careful about the girl, the Maria.
Why do you say this?
I saw how she was from seeing thee. She used to be in a very bad state. Now she's better, she ought to get out of here. You and Anselmo can take her with you to the Republic when this terminates.
That might be done. There are places near Valencia where they will treat her well and she can work with children.
That is what I want. Pablo has a sickness for her already. It's another thing which destroys him. And you will be careful of her now if I trust you. I speak to you as though I knew you for a long time.
It is like that when people understand one another. I promise you, if we are alive after the bridge, we will take her.
Let me see thy hand.
Robert Jordan put his hand out and the woman opened it, held it in her own big hand, rubbed her thumb over it carefully, then dropped it. She looked at him without smiling.
What do you see in it? Tell me.
I saw nothing in it.
Yes, you did. I'm only curious. You won't scare me.
The bridge will be difficult?
No, but I must investigate it.
Good. Go now to thy bridge.
The late afternoon sun that still came over the brown shoulder of the mountain showed the bridge dark against the steep emptiness of the gorge. It was a steel bridge of a single span, and there was a sentry box at each end.
We are too close.
The problem of its demolition was not difficult. As he watched, he made several quick line sketches in a notebook he kept in his breast pocket.
How does it look today?
Very good.
After we've won this war, he must come back to hunt.
You like to hunt?
Yes, man. We all hunt in my village.
I do not like to kill animals.
With me, that's the opposite. I do not like to kill men.
Only those who are disturbed in the head do. But I feel nothing against it when it is necessary for the cause.
It's a different thing, though. In my house, when I had a house, now I have no house, there were the tusks of boar I'd shot in the lower forest. It's a very beautiful thing, gave me great pleasure to contemplate.
Have you killed men?
Several times. But not with pleasure. I'd rather make them work each day as we've worked in the fields and as we work in the mountains with the timber all the rest of their lives, so they would see what man is born to. Thus they would learn. To kill them teaches nothing.
Robert Jordan thought he was very lucky to have this old man, and having seen the bridge, he resented Goltz's orders. He resented them for what they could do to him, and for what they could do to this old man. They were bad orders, all right, for those who would have to carry them out. And that is not the way to think, he told himself. So he thought about the girl, Maria, with her skin, the hair, and the eyes, all the same golden tawny brown.
Halt! Who goes?
Comrades of Pablo! We come from below!
I know! You come from the bridge! But you must know the second half of the password!
What is the first half?
Mierda! I have forgotten!
This is called guerrilla discipline.
How art thou called?
Augustine. You look like the other dynamiter, but something different. Listen, comrade. Guard well thy explosive.
Thank you.
From thee, from lesser men. Now, go up to the camp and tell them to relieve me, because I'm bored and I'm hungry.
And I have forgotten the bullshit password.
Augustine is a very good man. He speaks very filthily and always in jokes, but I have much confidence in him.
And what he says of my explosive?
Yes, man. This Pablo is bad now, as you can see.
We shall guard it at all times. You, me, the woman, and Agustin, since he sees the danger.
They came down to the mouth of the cave, where the light shone out from the edge of the blanket that hung over the opening. The two packs were at the foot of the tree, covered with a canvas, and Robert Jordan knelt down, unlocking the long barred padlocks. Deep in one pack he felt the bundled blocks in the sacks wrapped in the sleeping robe. In the other he felt the box of the old exploder, the cigar box with the caps, the small coils of copper wire, and the big coil of light insulated wire. He buckled the flaps down, pushed the lock in, and picked them up, one in each hand, just able to carry them. It was warm and smoky in the cave. There was a table along one wall with a tallow candle stuck in a bottle on it. And at the table were seated Pablo, 3 men Robert Jordan did not know, and the gypsy Raphael.
I do not like dynamite here in the cave.
It is far from the fire.
Anselmo stood where he had come in, to the right of the table. The wife of Pablo was standing over the charcoal fire in the corner of the cave. The girl knelt by her, stirring an iron pot.
How goes it, Gypsy?
Goes.
Robert Jordan could tell they had been talking about him when he came in. He offered cigarettes to the new men. He noted 1 man took cigarettes and 2 did not. All of his concentration was on Pablo.
One called Agustin says he dies of boredom above.
Yeah, that doesn't kill. Let him die a little.
Pablo watched him. He knew they were all watching him too, but he watched only Pablo. Robert Jordan swung a little to the left on his stool so that his pistol slipped around on his belt, closer to where he wanted it.
How's business?
When Pablo did not answer, Robert Jordan looked carefully at the other 3 men at the table to see where he stood. The one who took a cigarette had a large flat face, flat and brown as a Serrano ham, with a nose flattened and broken and a gray stubble of beard. He looked down at the table when Robert Jordan looked at him, but his eyes were steady and they did not blink. The younger 2 were evidently brothers, and they looked back at him steadily.
What are you looking at?
Thee? Were you at the train?
We were all at the train.
That is what we should do now. Another train.
He could see that Pilar, the wife of Pablo, had turned now from the fire and was listening. I might as well bring it on, he thought. It's coming anyway.
We can do that after the bridge.
I do not go for the bridge. Neither me nor my people.
Pilar said something he could not hear to send the girl out of the cave. I think it is going to come now, Robert Jordan thought. I believe this is it.
There will blow no bridge here.
Robert Jordan shifted his weight so his pistol rested steady on the chair.
Do you hear, Ingles? There will blow no...
for the bridge.
What do you say?
I'm for the bridge. And against thee, Pablo. Nothing more.
The man with the flat face and the broken nose crushed the end of his cigarette on the table.
I'm also for the bridge.
I am for the mujer of Pablo.
Equally. Equally.
Robert Jordan watched the betrayed look on Pablo's face while letting his right hand hang lower and lower, half hoping it would be necessary.
I am for the Republic, and the Republic is the bridge.
What thou thinkest there will be an afterwards from this bridge? Am I the only one who sees the seriousness of this?
I believe so, Robert Jordan thought. Old Pablo, old boy. I believe so. Except me. You see it, and I see it. And the woman read it in my hand, but she doesn't see it. Yet.
Thou with thy heart of a whore. I should shoot thee and the foreigner both.
Try it, see what happens. Listen to me, drunkard. You understand who commands here?
You command.
I command. Maria, enter now, serve supper.
Pablo retreated to the corner of the cave with a cup of wine. Robert Jordan checked that his hands were not shaking, then opened his notebook to the sketches of the bridge and placed it on the table where everyone except Pablo crowded around.
Look how it seems. It is the bridge itself.
The vessel. Here. Why didst thou not kill Pablo?
Do you speak seriously?
What do you think that all waited for? 3 or 4 times we waited. Pablo was no friends.
I had the idea, but I left it.
Surely all could see that. Kill him now.
That is to assassinate. It is not how one should act for the cause.
Provoke him then. But you'd have to kill him. There's no remedy.
After dinner, Robert Jordan sat in a corner by the fire, listening to the woman.
If you need as many men as you say, Ingles, you must travel across the valley to see El Sordo tomorrow.
She was washing the dishes, and the girl, Maria, was drying them.
May I go too, Pilar?
Yes, beautiful. Isn't she pretty? How does she seem to you?
To me, she seems very well. Intelligent.
How well you look and how badly you speak, Roberto.
He is a communist. They are very serious, gente.
Are you a communist?
No, I'm an anti-fascist.
For a long time?
Since I've understood fascism for nearly 10 years.
I've been a Republican for 20 years.
And my father was a Republican all his life. It was for that they shot him.
My father was also a Republican all his life. Also my grandfather.
In what country?
The United States?
And is thy father still active in the Republic?
No, he is dead.
Can one ask how he died?
He shot himself.
To avoid being tortured?
Yes, to avoid being tortured.
And my father could not obtain a weapon. Oh, I'm very glad that your father had the good fortune to obtain a weapon.
Yes, it was pretty lucky. Should we talk about something else?
Robert Jordan reached over and ran his hand over the top of her head. She moved her head under his hand and smiled up at him.
I'll do it again. I wanted you to do that all day.
And me, am I expected to watch all this? I am expected not to be moved. Listen to me, Ingles.
Not Ingles, American.
Listen then, American. Where do you plan to sleep?
Outside. I have a sleeping robe.
Good. And our materials can sleep with me. You would do well to go to bed now. Thou hast had a long journey.
He was asleep in the robe, and he had been asleep, he thought, for a long time. The robe was spread on the forest floor beyond the cave mouth, and as he slept, simply stretching in the robe against the flannel lining, was voluptuous with fatigue. Then he felt her hand on his shoulder and woke, turning quickly, his right hand holding the pistol under the robe.
Oh, it is thee. Get in. It is cold out there.
No, I must not.
Get in and we can talk about it later.
I am ashamed.
No, you must not be. Please.
Put thy hand on my head.
He put his hand on her head and stroked it, and then suddenly her face was away from the pillow, and she was in his arms.
There is no need to do anything. We are all right.
Now, as they lay, all that before had been shielded was unshielded. Where there had been roughness of fabric, all was smooth, with a smoothness and firm, rounded pressing, and a long, warm coolness. Cool outside and warm within. Happy-making, young and loving, and with a hollowing, chest-aching, tight-held loneliness that was such that Robert Jordan felt he could not stand it.
Hast thou loved others?
Never. But things were done to me.
By who?
By various. But I have never kissed any man.
No one has done anything to thee. Thee they cannot touch.
You believe that?
I know it. Maria, dost thou wish?
Yes. Everything. Pilar told me that if we do everything together, the other maybe never will have been. And when they found me, I wished to die, you see. And now I am so happy that I did not die. Where do the noses go? I always wondered where the noses would go.
Look. Turn thy head.
And now let's do quickly what it is we do so that the other is gone.
You want?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Ingles! Get in, they will see thee.
It was daylight and the girl was gone. As he woke, he saw them. A fascist patrol of 3 Fiats, tiny, bright, fast-moving across the mountain sky. Then came 9 more, pointed formations of 3s, 3s, and 3s. Robert Jordan rolled his robe and sat tight against the rocks as 15 more Fiats and 18 more Henkel bombers came over in echelons.
Have there been planes like this before?
Never. And never so many.
This is bad, Robert Jordan thought. Here is a concentration of planes, which means something very bad. They can't know about the attack, he told himself. And something in him said, why can't they? They've known about all the others.
Anselmo, I want you to go to watch the road. Note everything that passes.
I do not write.
There's no need to. This picture is a tank. Take this and make a mark for tanks thus. Make another mark for trucks. Mark for guns, big ones. Thus. Mark for cavalry, ambulances, and for anti-tanks. You understand?
Yes. It is ingenious.
Good. One paper is for movement up, one is for movement down the road.
Fernando, was there much movement in La Granja last night?
A short, open-faced man of about 35, with a cast in one eye, whom Robert Jordan had not seen before, answered.
Few camions, as usual. Some cars. No movement of troops while I were there.
What are the rumours?
I do not like to listen to rumours. But they say the Republic is planning an offensive.
The Republic or the fascists?
The Republic. And they say they will try to blow up the bridges.
Are you joking?
This one doesn't joke. What are the rumours, Fernando?
If I could remember, I would not. It is beneath a man's dignity to listen and give importance to rumours.
And with this we will save the Republic.
No, you will save it by blowing bridges.
What bridges?
Go and have some more stew, Fernando. Men like this are why we need El Sordo's help. There's many men for us. Real guerrillas.
How do we travel to El Sordo's?
We shall walk. If we ride, the girl gets stiff in too many places and serve for nothing. Did you sleep well? Be as careful with her as you can. If she has a baby that will do no harm, she will go with you.
I cannot take a woman where I go.
But you care for Maria?
Yes. Suddenly.
Robert Jordan could feel his voice thickening. It gave him pleasure to say it, and he said it quite formally in Spanish.
I care for her very much.
That morning, after dropping down from a high meadow into a wooded valley, they climbed up, still deep in the shadow of pines, to the top of a rim rock formation.
Halt! Ah, hola, Pilar.
Who is this with thee?
An Inglés, Roberto. What a picture's steepness it is to arrive here.
Salud, camarada.
Salud.
He was very young, with a light build, high cheekbones and grey eyes. His handclasp was strong and friendly.
Are you the dynamiter? We are glad to see you. Is it for a train?
Were you at the last train?
Was I not? That's where we got this. Well, you are pretty now.
Shut up, Joaquin. Thank you very much.
I carried thee. I was glad thou weren't hanging over my back when the shots were coming from behind us.
My saviour.
This boy carried thee much, and if he had dropped thee, he could have soon been out the range of bullets.
I have thanked him, and I will carry him sometime. Allow us to joke. I do not have to cry, do I, because he carried me?
I would have dropped thee, but I was afraid Pilar would shoot me.
You used to be such a polite little boy.
Where are you from, Joaquin?
Valladolid. There they shot my father, my mother, my brother-in-law, and now my sister.
What barbarians?
How many times had he heard this? How many times had he watched people say it with difficulty? How many times had he seen their eyes fill and their throats harden with the difficulty of saying, my father, or my brother, or my mother, or my sister? Nearly always they spoke as this boy did now, suddenly, and apropos of the mention of the town. And always you said, what barbarians? We never knew how anything really ended, he thought. You stayed with a peasant and his family. You came at night and ate with them. In the day you were hidden, and the next night you were gone. You did your job and cleared out. The next time you came that way, you heard they had been shot. The partisans did their damage and pulled out. The peasants stayed and took the punishment.
Ah, there he is. Hola!
Now they had reached El Sordo's camp in the last of the pines, 2 caves hidden well by scrub pines growing in the rock. It was as good or better a place than Pablo's.
Hola, woman. Hola, camarada.
The man was short and heavy, with broad cheekbones, gray-haired and clean-shaven, with wide-set yellow-brown eyes.
Drink? Whiskey?
You have whiskey?
Yes. Inglés. Not Russo.
Americano.
Same as Inglés. When blow bridge?
Day after tomorrow morning.
Good.
But, comrade, we need many men to do this.
El Sordo nodded to Maria and Joaquin and looked at his watch.
Go away. Half an hour.
Yes, Sordo.
So, much troop movement. We prepare something.
Possibly.
Planes you saw. They know. Prepare too.
It is possible.
Does he talk that way to everyone, Robert Jordan thought? Or is that his idea of how to make foreigners understand?
Why not blow the bridge now?
Timing is of all importance. I have my orders. I will blow the bridge. I will need you to attack the fascist post at the House of the Road Menders, to stop them getting to the bridge as I blow it.
And Pablo?
Pablo will attack the post at the sawmill, take it and fall back on the bridge. How many men have you?
8.
Are there any others? To take the post and cover the bridge while I'm blowing it, we should have 20 more men.
20? What about the retreat? We are already 17 people and just 9 horses.
I could get maybe 4 more men. 4 good is better than much bad. How is Pablo?
Yeah, as you know. Worse every day.
I bring mine, and 4 more.
And horses?
Tonight we will steal more horses. Since we leave tomorrow, we can be bold.
Where do we go when this is done? It must be planned very well.
There are many places. You know the mountains of Sierra de Gredos?
I want to go to the Republic.
I should think you could operate well from the Gredos. To operate from there would be better than returning to the Republic. You are more useful there.
I've made a mistake, Robert Jordan thought to himself. When I should have flattered them, I have told them what I think they should do. And now they are furious. Well, they will either get over it or they will not.
Listen, Inglés. How are your nerves? The last dynamiter they sent was very nervous.
He is dead now.
How?
I shot him. After a train. He was too injured to travel and unwilling to be left behind. My nerves are fine, Pilar, but we need more men to do this bridge. And when we have done it, you should go to Gredos.
You filthy old-laying Inglés son of a bitch.
Watching El Sordo laugh as Pilar cursed him, Robert Jordan knew that it was all right again now. He was still 20 men short, but everything was fine.
On paper, this is simple. The bridge is blown at the moment the attack starts in order that no fascist reinforcements shall come up the road.
Paper bleeds little. You see, comrade, to exterminate the post is easy. But to leave afterward and get out of this country in daylight presents a grave problem. You speak of going to Grados as though it were a military manoeuvre to be accomplished. To arrive at Grados would be a miracle. But I've talked too much. Woman, you wish to go to the Republic. Let us win this, and it will all be the Republic.
They left El Sordo's after eating and started back down the trail. It was hot in the late May afternoon, and halfway up the last steep grade, the woman stopped.
Pilar!
Let us rest a minute. We go too fast.
The three of them sat down under a pine tree and looked across the mountain meadow to where the tops of the peaks seemed to jut out from the roll of the high country, with snow shining bright on them now in the early afternoon sun.
What rotten stuff is the snow? And how beautiful it looks. Come here, Guapa. Rest thy head in my lap.
Maria moved close to her, put her arms out, and lay with her head on her arms.
Listen, Guapa. I love thee and he can have thee. I'm no tortillera, but a woman made for men. That is true. But now it gives me great pleasure to say thus in the daytime that I care for thee.
I love thee too.
Que va. You are for the Ingles. That is seen as it should be. I do not make perversions, I only tell you something true. There's always something like this, something that there should not be. Few people will ever talk to thee truly, and no women. I am jealous, and I say it, and it is there. And now the silliness is over.
It was not silly.
And now, quiet, Ingles. Have you swallowed your tongue? Did you like the taste?
Not much.
You please me, Ingles. But that bridge has given me a headache.
You can call it the Headache Bridge. But I will drop it in that gorge like a broken bird cage.
Good. Keep on talking like that. Oh, I will leave you now. You have much to do together.
You speak grossly.
I am gross, but I'm also very delicate. We'll have something hearty for you to eat, Ingles.
They were walking through the heather of the mountain meadow, and Robert Jordan felt the brushing of the heather against his legs. And in his hand he felt the girl's hand, firm and strong, the fingers locked in his.
I will learn what I must do to take care of a man.
There is nothing.
Que va, nothing. Thy socks should be washed and dried.
What else?
If thou would show me, I would clean and oil thy pistol.
Kiss me.
Nay, this is serious. Wilt thou show me about the pistol? If you will teach me to shoot it, either one of us could shoot the other if it were necessary to avoid capture.
Very interesting. Do you have many ideas like that?
Not many. But I keep this razor blade always. Pilar says you must make the cut here, just below the ear, and draw it down so you cannot miss the big artery.
That's right.
But I would rather have thee shoot me. Promise. If there is ever any need that thou wilt shoot me.
Sure, I promise.
Thank thee very much. There are other things that I can do for thee.
Besides shoot me?
Then there was the smell of heather crushed, and the sun bright on her closed eyes. And all his life he would remember the curve of her throat, with her head pushed back into the heather, and her eyes tight closed against the sun. And for her everything was red, orange, gold red from the sun on the closed eyes. For him it was a dark passage which led to nowhere, then to nowhere, then again to nowhere, once again to nowhere, always and forever to nowhere, never any end to nowhere. Hung on all time always to unknowing nowhere, and suddenly, scaldingly, holdingly, all nowhere gone, and time absolutely still. And they were both there, time having stopped, and he felt the earth move out and away from under them.
Hello, Rabbit.
Hello, my Inglés.
I'm not an Inglés.
Oh, yes, you are. You're my Inglés.
I love you, Rabbit.
Now put thy arm around me, please. See those clouds? It will snow.
Now, almost in June.
Why not? These mountains do not know the names of the months.
It can't be snow. It can't snow.
By the time they reached the camp, the snowflakes were dropping diagonally through the pines, sparse at first, and then, as the cold wind came driving down the mountain, they came whirling and thick, and Robert Jordan stood in front of the cave in a rage and watched them.
We will have much snow.
Has the old man come in?
No. You do not like the snow, Inglés? With this thy offensive goes. No offensive, no aviones, no bridge, just snow.
You expect it to last a long time? You think we're going to be snowed in all summer, Pablo, old boy?
All summer now. Tonight and tomorrow, yes. Should have snow.
Robert Jordan looked him in the eyes. You bleary-eyed sod, he thought. I'd like to clink this cup against your teeth. Anselmo was crouched in the lee of the trunk of a big tree, and the snow blew past on either side. His hands were inside of the sleeves of his jacket, and his head was pulled as far down into the jacket as it would go. If I stay here much longer, I will freeze, he thought, and that will be of no value. The Inglés told me to stay, he thought. All through this war we have suffered from a lack of discipline and from the disobeying of orders, and I will wait a while still for the Inglés. I am lonely, he thought. I have no wife, I have no children, and I never will have any children. I am lonely in the day when I am not working, but when the dark comes, it is a time of great loneliness. But one thing that I have that no man nor any god can take from me, and that is that I have worked well for the Republic. I have worked hard for the good that we will all share later, and I have done nothing that I am ashamed of. All that I am sorry for is the killing. I wish there were a penance for it that one could commence. Later on there may be certain days that one can work for the state that will remove it, as in the days of the church, he thought, and smiled. The church was well organized for sin. That pleased him, and he was smiling in the dark when Robert Jordan came up to him.
Hola, viejo.
Oh.
How's the old one?
It's very, very cold.
I'm glad to see thee, viejo. Come on. Let's go on up to camp and get warm.
How was it? Above?
Fine. Everything is fine.
He was very happy with that sudden, rare happiness that can come to anyone with a command in a revolutionary arm. The happiness of finding that even one of your flanks holds.
I'm awfully glad to see thee, viejo. If I ever get gloomy, when I see you, it cheers me up.
And me to see thee.
As they went up the hill in the dark, the wind at their backs, the storm blowing past them as they climbed, Anselmo did not feel lonely.
Inglés! It's still falling, Inglés.
There were 6 men sitting at the table and leaning back against the wall. Robert Jordan and Anselmo were shaking the snow from their jackets by the entrance.
Roberto, are you ready to eat? All have eaten except you and Anselmo.
Let us eat then. And thou?
Afterwards, with Pilar.
In my country, a man does not eat before his woman.
Eat with him, drink with him, sleep with him, die with him. Follow the customs of his country. Where is thy country, Inglés? Where the women eat with the men?
In Estados Unidos, in the state of Montana.
Or is that where the men wear skirts, as do the women?
No, that is in Scotland.
But listen, when you wear skirts like that, English...
I don't wear them.
When you're wearing those skirts, what are you wearing?
Twice I've told you. Watch thy mouth.
You know him, English. He is drunk. Tell me, how did you happen to come to Spain?
I came first 12 years ago to study the country and the language. I teach Spanish in a university.
You look very little like a professor.
He has no beard, he is a false professor.
He has a beard.
Yeah, you should know.
Robert Jordan looked at Pablo. I don't think he is so drunk, Robert Jordan thought. I had better watch myself.
Thou, do you think the snow will last?
Ask the woman, she commands.
I asked thee.
Go and screw thyself. Thee, and the woman, and the girl.
I'd like to kill him, Robert Jordan thought. I don't know what he is going to do, but it is nothing good. Let us get it over with.
Sin vergüenza.
Nay, English, do not provoke me.
Cobarde.
It is possible, but I am not to be provoked. To the Professor, to the Senora Commander, to all the illusioned ones, I will be going out to see the horses. Divert thyselves. Speak to them at the bridge, English. Where will you take them, English, after the bridge? Eh? Where will you take your patriots?
He lifted the blanket over the door of the cave and stepped out.
Still falling, English?
Hey, lad. Is there any more of the stew?
Oh, shut up, Fernando. Now, Ingles. You've seen how Pablo is.
He is capable of doing anything.
Anything? Where's the automatic rifle?
Pablo would not do that. He could toss in a bomb. That's more his style.
It's an idiocy and a weakness not to have killed him. Last night, Roberto should have killed him.
Kill him.
I was against it. Now I'm for it. He is poisonous now, and he would like to see us all destroyed.
I am agreed that it is perhaps best that he should be eliminated, since it is impractical to hold him as a prisoner, and...
Fernando, we are in possession of thy opinion. Thou, Andres.
Marcelo.
Eladio.
Equally. He's a great danger, and he serves for nothing.
Equally.
Without Pablo, can you make the retreat to Gredos?
Perhaps, with El Sordo's help.
Roberto, no.
Estoy listo. I will do it.
No.
I will do it tonight.
Do you need a drinking glass?
The blanket fastened across the opening of the cave was lifted, and Pablo stepped in.
Were you speaking of me?
He grinned at them all.
Am I interrupting? The wind is shifting. I believe we will have good weather for it, English.
We?
Yes, we. I thought it over while I was outside. With the change in the weather, I'm with thee.
You fear that we will kill thee?
No. I do not fear that, you know that. And you know Gredos is the only place we can go after this of the bridge.
Gredos?
Let the others trust thee. I do not.
Trust me or not. But Sordo cannot take you to Gredos as I can.
Pablo sat down at the table and stretched. Look at him, Robert Jordan thought. I cannot kill him now. He has shifted like the wind. Robert Jordan watched Pablo across the table, and the others talking and playing cards. Here it is. The shift from deadliness to normal family life that is the strangest, he thought. Pablo is a problem with which I should never have been saddled. And it will be solved one way or another. There will be Pablo, or there will be no Pablo. But I'm not going to get on that merry-go-round again. Twice I have been on that wheel, and twice it has gone around and come back to where it started. And I am taking no more rides on it. Now in the night he lay and waited for the girl to come to him. The air came into his lungs sharp as he breathed. It was clear and cold, and no snow was falling. El Sordo will leave plenty of tracks if he has stolen horses tonight, he thought.
You came barefoot through the snow?
Avoid the feet. They are very cold, Roberto.
Put them here and warm them.
Nay, that would be abusive. They will warm quickly. But say quickly now that you love me.
I love thee, my little rabbit.
He felt the long, light body warm against him, comforting against him, abolishing loneliness against him, magically, by a simple touching of flanks, of shoulders, and of feet, making an alliance against death with him. A warm wind came with daylight, and he knew with the first breath he drew that the snow had been only a freak storm in the mountains, and it would be gone by noon.
Maria, keep thyself under the rope.
He saw the horseman coming through the trees. Robert Jordan crouched now in the robe, and holding the pistol in both hands, aimed it at the man as he rode toward him. He was riding a big gray gelding, and he wore a khaki beret. He had a young, hard face, and at this moment he saw Robert Jordan.
In For Whom the Bell Tolls by Ernest Hemingway, Robert Jordan is played by Patrick Kennedy, Pilar by Melanie Kilburn, Pablo by Ralph Ineson, and Maria by Leah Brotherhead. Anselmo is played by Michael Burtonshaw, Raphael by Sean Mason, Augustine, Paul Heath, and Primitivo by David Acton. Eladio is Ian Conningham, Andres, Arthur Hughes, and Fernando, Monty Dinverno. The narrator is Colin Stinton. The guitar is played by Ramon Ruiz. For Whom the Bell Tolls is adapted by Ed Heim, and the director is Sasha Yevtushenko. For Whom the Bell Tolls by Ernest Hemingway, adapted by Ed Heim. Part 2.
The young man slid over toward the ground, his right foot caught in a stirrup. The horse broke off galloping through the trees. There was a broad swathe in the snow where the man dragged, with a scarlet streak along one side of it.
Primitivo, go catch that horse. Who is on guard on top?
Raphael!
There's cavalry out. Get your damn gun up there.
Robert Jordan stood straight, buttoning his trousers and tightening his belt. He could feel Maria against his knees, dressing herself under the robe. That cavalryman did not expect anything, he was thinking. He was not following horse tracks, and he was not even properly alert, let alone alarmed. He must have been one of a patrol scattered out in these hills. But when the patrol misses him, they will follow his tracks here. Unless the snow melts first, he thought. As Primitivo returned with the horse, he handed Robert Jordan the rider's light automatic rifle with its ventilated barrel.
Look how they are armed. Look at modern cavalry.
There's modern cavalry over there on his face. Andres, strip him. Bring everything, all his letters and papers, and put them in the outside pocket of my sack.
Que caballo, mas bonito. I will put him with the others.
No, he's made tracks into here. He must make them out.
True. Thou hast much head today, Inez. Pilar, give me the wine. There is gravity in the situation. I do not like to do this on water.
Have some grenades instead. You too, Ingles.
Vámonos. Hey!
Roberto, can I go with thee?
No, help Pilar.
Kiss me if thou goest.
Thou art shameless.
Yes, totally.
Primitivo, vámonos!
The two men followed Pablo's track in a single file in order not to track up the snow. Once they reached the sentry point, he looked out across the narrow oblong, noting the height of the rocks on either side.
Primitivo, cut me pine branches and bring them quickly. Agustin, I do not like the gun here. Help me place it over there. Where's the gypsy who should be here?
I do not know.
Primitivo brought the pine branches, and Robert Jordan stuck them through the snow into the unfrozen earth, arching them over the gun from either side.
Bring more. There must be cover for the 2 men who serve it.
Now, with the sun up and the warm wind blowing, it was pleasant on the side of the rocks where the sun shone. El Sordo was out stealing us horses last night, Robert Jordan thought. God knows what will happen to him and his camp today, if he left any trails for the fascists to pick up in the snow. If we can last through today and not have to fight, we can swing the whole show tomorrow with what we have. Not as it should be with El Sordo's band, not as we would have done, but using everybody we can swing it. God help us if we have to fight today. The gypsy was walking through the rocks to the left, with a high-hipped swing. His brown face was grinning, and he carried 2 big hares, one in each hand.
Shh, you son of a bitch! Where the hell have you been?
I tracked these hares that made love in the snow.
There's cavalry out. We had one in our camp. He came through your post. If that were not a gypsy, I would shoot thee.
I'm sorry, Roberto.
Listen to me. You cannot leave a post again like that. Never. I do not speak of shooting lightly.
Of course not. And another thing, never with such an opportunity as the 2 hares presents itself again. Not in the life of one man.
The gypsy picked up the 2 hares and slipped back through the rocks. Agustin and Primitivo came up with a brush, and Robert Jordan built a good blind for the automatic rifle. He placed Primitivo high in the rocks to the right, where he could see all the country below.
Primitivo, do not fire if you see anyone from there. Indicate the direction and the number. See that you are not seen.
Yes. If I can throw a grenade...
Wait for the gun. Do not attack until the machina has spoken. It may be that cavalry will come searching for their comrade and still not try to enter. They may follow the tracks of Pablo. We do not want combat if it can be avoided.
Avoid.
Robert Jordan looked out across the flat opening and the slopes of the hill below. 2 crows circled overhead, and then lit in a pine tree below. Robert Jordan, watching them, thought, "Those are my sentinels. As long as those are quiet, there is no one coming up through the trees."
Thou, Agustin, this gun, you must fire only when you are sure that they will be heading to the cave. If there is an officer, shoot him first. I will be here covering your left. If they should come, it would be possible to make a massacre, but you must not fire until they are closer than that rock.
All this time he had been watching the crows. Now he saw one fly up, but the other crow still stayed in the tree. Robert Jordan looked up towards Primitivo's place high in the rocks. He saw Primitivo watching out over the country below, but he made no signal. The other crow was still there in the tree.
I have a real massacre for thee tomorrow morning. It is necessary to exterminate the post at the sawmill.
I am ready. Pablo has rotted us here with inaction. Get thee down.
Looking up, he saw Primitivo's rifle raised and lowered 4 times.
Cavalry.
Agustin looked at him, and his dark, sunken cheeks widened at their base as he grinned. Robert Jordan noticed he was sweating. They saw the 4 horsemen ride out of the trees. 1 horseman was ahead, following the horse tracks. The other 3 came behind him, fanned out through the timber. They were all watching carefully. Robert Jordan saw them clearly over the blued steel barrel of the automatic rifle. The leader turned his horse directly toward the opening in the rocks where the gun was placed, and Robert Jordan saw his young, close-set eyes and overlong wedge-shaped chin. The leader pointed toward the opening where the gun was. Robert Jordan looked along the barrel at the 4 riders stopped there in the snow. "Thou," he thought, thinking in Spanish, "thou art dead now, in thy youth. And thou," he thought, "and thou, and thou. But let it not happen. Do not let it happen." He felt Agustin beside him start to cough, felt him hold it, choke and swallow. Then, as he looked along the oiled blue of the barrel, he saw the leader turn his horse and point into the timber where Pablo's trail led. The 4 of them trotted into the timber.
could have killed all 4.
They came into sight trotting along the edge of the timber in columns of 2s, 20 mounted men, armed and uniformed as the others had been, their sabers swinging, their carbines in their holsters. And then they went down into the timber as the others had.
These would we have had to deal with if we had destroyed the others. What do you think of their chance of catching Pablo?
Pablo is smart. Clearly he is only a joke of what he once was. But it is not for nothing that he is alive and comfortable in these hills, and able to drink himself to death while there are so many others that have died against a wall.
Is he as smart as they say?
Smarter. If he were not smart, he would have died last night. It seems to me you do not understand politics, Ingles. No guerrilla warfare. The first thing is to continue to exist. Look how he continued to exist last night.
Soon they were eating breakfast, and the sky above the sentry point was high and clear. The snow was going fast, and the wind blew warm on Robert Jordan's shoulders.
Hast thou a wife?
No.
Me neither.
But now you have the Maria. Ingles. I have never touched her, nor had anything to do with her. But I care for her greatly. You do not understand how such a girl would have been if there had been no revolution. You have much responsibility. Do not treat her lightly.
I understand, camarada. It is because of the lack of time that there's been informality.
If I can aid thee, if I could do anything for thee or for the cropped...
They are fighting at El Sordo's camp.
Well, then let's go to aid them.
No.
You collect the people.
No, we stay here. You stay with this gun, and unless it is sure that they are coming in, do not fire. Do you understand?
Yes.
I will explain to thee later. I go to Primitivo.
The gray boulders were wet now under his hands as he pulled himself up. Then he stood beside Primitivo in a hollow behind 2 boulders. He saw, far off across the distant valley where the country rose steeply again, a troop of cavalry ride out of the timber and cross the snowy slope, riding uphill in the direction of the firing.
We have to aid them.
It is impossible. I've expected this all morning. El Sordo and his men went to steal horses for us last night. The snow stopped and the fascists tracked them.
We cannot leave them alone to this. They are our comrades.
They are lost. They were lost when the snow stopped. If we go there, we are lost too. It is impossible to divide what force we have.
Listen to it. It is a massacre.
You have to stand it. There are things like this in a war.
God and the Virgin, kill the fascists. Destroy them, God and the Virgin, please. Please kill the fascists. Oh, God. Oh, God and the Virgin, kill the fascists.
It has come, Sordo. Doubtless because of the horses.
Probably. Have you packed?
All that can be taken.
Is there news of Pablo?
He was 40 minutes ahead of the cavalry. They took his trail, but they will not find him. You think it's over?
No. From the sound that we heard, the fascists have attacked and been fought off. Now I would say they have El Sordo surrounded and they wait for the plains. Primitivo wanted to go up there.
Keva! Thou wilt die soon enough with us. There's no need to ask that with strangers.
There are women of a stupidity and brutality that is insupportable. Sordo was a good comrade of mine.
And not of mine. In war one cannot say what one feels. We are all in the same cauldron.
It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The snow had all been gone by noon, and the rocks were hot now in the sun. At intervals there would be the sound of a shot from the direction of El Sordo's camp, but the firing was desultory. Robert Jordan sat in the rocks in the sun and reading the letters that Andres, the younger brother, had brought him from the pockets of the dead cavalrymen. From examining his military papers, he knew the dead boy was from Tafalla in Navarra, 20 years old, unmarried, and the son of a blacksmith. I've probably seen him run through the streets ahead of the bulls at the feria in Pamplona, Robert Jordan thought. You never kill anyone that you want to kill in a war, he said to himself. Well, hardly ever, he amended. He did not want to read the other letters. I guess I've done my good deed for today, he said to himself.
Was there anything interesting?
No, they are personal letters.
From what town is he?
The fire.
And he was your age, Robert Jordan thought. All right, he said to himself. I'm sorry if that does any good. Looking up, he saw the fascist planes, 5 of them, headed for El Sordo's.
Cabrones!
It is over.
Yes.
Listen, I have no fear to die, but to leave them alone...
There was no choice. And now it is better not to speak of it.
As Anselmo waited at his surveillance spot by the road, he saw the cavalry returning from the hills. He counted the dead and the wounded, and he recognized El Sordo's automatic rifle. A poncho-wrapped bundle flapped against the lead horse's flanks as the stirrup leathers swung. Anselmo wondered what it was. On his way back to camp, he came in the dark onto the hill where El Sordo had fought. And he knew at once what the long poncho roll contained.
Most kind, most sweet, most clement Virgin.
It was the first time he had prayed since the start of the movement.
I will do exactly as the English says and as he says to do it. Help me, O Lord, tomorrow to comport myself as a man should in his last hours. Help me, O Lord, to understand clearly the needs of the day. Help me, O Lord, to dominate the movement of my legs that I should not run when the bad moment comes.
Anselmo found Robert Jordan sitting at the planked table inside the cave with Pablo opposite him. They had a bowl poured full of wine between them, and each had a cup of wine on the table. Pablo stared straight at the table. His eyes were focused on the wine bowl, but he was not seeing it.
I come from Sordo's.
Pablo has told us.
There were 6 dead on the hill. And they'd taken their heads.
Sit down. Drink that, old one.
Can I have another?
Tell me. What passes on the road?
There was much movement.
Did you see anti-tank guns?
4. And much more. Have it all noted down as you showed me.
Anselmo told him everything he had seen move past him on the road. He told it from the beginning and in order, with the wonderful memory of those who cannot read or write. And twice, while he was talking, Pablo reached out for more wine from the bowl.
Viejo, are you sure you do not exaggerate?
No, it is marked. They've been mobilizing all day.
Who beside you has been through the lines to the side of the Republic?
The brothers, Andres and Eladio.
Which is the better of those two?
Andres. He can get to Navacerrada in 3 hours.
I'm sending a note to the General. He must absolutely get there.
If nothing happens, he will get there. If anything happens, it could happen to anyone.
Get Andres now, and I will explain to him.
Right.
English.
I'm writing.
Listen, English, there's no need to be disheartened. I have admired thy judgment much today. We will have plenty of people to take thy post and blow thy bridge.
Robert Jordan was concentrating on his report to Goltz, trying to put it in the fewest words and still make it absolutely convincing. Trying to put it so the attack would be cancelled. Absolutely. You cannot make a surprise attack against an enemy that is waiting for it.
English.
I am writing.
What do I know about why this attack is made? Maybe it is only a holding attack. Maybe they want to draw all those troops from somewhere else.
English.
What do you say?
That I have confidence. English.
Later, Robert Jordan walked down from the sentry post. He had done everything that there was to do that night. All orders had been given. Undress had been gone 3 hours. Either the attack would come now with the coming of the daylight, or it would not come. But he knew it would come. You are going to have to blow that bridge, he suddenly knew absolutely. But you must not worry, nor must you be frightened. Think of something concrete and practical. Robert Jordan reached instinctively for his pistol. It was a Smith & Wesson .32, and it had the softest, sweetest trigger pull he had ever felt. His father had shot himself with this pistol. You better not think at all, he told himself. Soon you will be with Maria, and you won't have to think. Coming down the trail there in the dark, the knowledge that he would surely have to blow the bridge came to him almost with comfort. Soon they were in the robe again together, and it was late in the last night. He lay very quiet and did not think, and she stroked his head with her hand.
Roberto, should we speak of tomorrow and of thy work? I would like to be intelligent about thy work.
He suddenly surrendered to something, to the luxury of going into unreality.
Let us talk of Madrid, and of us in Madrid.
Where will we stay in Madrid?
We will stay in a hotel on the Plaza del Cayo. There is a wide bed with clean sheets. There is hot running water in the bathtub. There are tall, wide windows that open. And I will marry thee.
Roberto, the Pilar told me something.
Say it.
The Pilar told me that we would all die tomorrow and that you give it no importance. She said this not in criticism but in admiration.
She's a manure-mouthed, superstitious bitch. Let us talk again of Madrid.
But there was no slipping into make-believe again. Now he was just lying to this girl and to himself to pass the night before battle. And he knew it.
Rabbit, tell me of your family.
Well, my father was the mayor of the village and a Republican. My mother was not. But they shot her with my father because of his politics. I saw both of them shot, and my father said, "Viva la Repubblica," when they shot him standing against the wall of the slaughterhouse of our village. My mother, standing against the same wall, said, "Viva my husband, who was the mayor of this village," and I hoped they would shoot me too. And I was going to say, "Viva la Repubblica, vivan mis padres." But instead there was no shooting, but instead the doing of the things.
My rabbit, I love thee, hearest thou? Thou art my wife. But go to sleep, my rabbit, for there is little time now.
Good night, my husband.
Good night, wife.
He heard her breathing steadily and regularly now, and he knew she was asleep. He thought of all the part she had not told him, and he lay there hating, and he was pleased there would be killing in the morning.
Ingles. Pablo is gone.
When?
Must be an hour.
And?
He has taken something of thine.
Robert Jordan knelt and shone the torch on the 2 sacks. There was a long slit from top to bottom in each one. In the first one, the square wooden box of the exploder was gone. So was the cigar box with the detonators and the screw-top tin with the fuse and the caps. Robert Jordan felt in the other sack. It was still full of explosive. There was perhaps 1 packet missing.
I slept with my head resting on them, one arm touching them.
You slept well.
I have failed thee, and I have failed the Republic.
As she said this, Robert Jordan realized that he could not afford the luxury of being bitter. He had to work with this woman on that day that was already 2 hours and more gone.
It is nothing, Pilar. We shall improvise something that will do as well.
some sleep.
Salute, militianos!
Andres was across the lines and had reached the first government position, a parapet in the rock.
Don't shoot, comrades! I am Andres Lopez from Villaconejos, from the band of Pablo, with a message!
How many are you?
I am alone! Let me come in!
Let me shoot him!
For the love of God, this message is important!
Listen, fascist!
I am not a fascist! I am a guerrilla from the band of Pablo, with a message for the General Staff!
Andres was nearly at the parapet now, and he saw 3 men with black and red scarves, and was relieved. He knew now he was up against the anarchist crazies.
Viva la libertad!
Viva el anarcosindicalismo y la libertad!
Viva nosotros!
Welcome, comrade. I'm glad I did not shoot you. Let me see thy papers.
Robert Jordan lay in the robe beside the girl Maria, who was still sleeping.
It's all figured out, Guapa. It can still be done with what we have. We'll all be killed, but we'll blow the bridge. That isn't much of a wedding present. Sleep well, my beloved. I do not wake thee. That is all I can do for thee now.
I have been all my life in these hills since I have been here, he thought. Anselmo is my oldest friend. Agustin is my brother, and I never had a brother. Maria is my true love and my wife. I never had a true love. I never had a wife. I hate to leave a thing that is so good. They were in the cave, and the men were standing before the fire Maria was fanning. Pilar had coffee ready in a pot. She had not gone back to bed at all since she had roused Robert Jordan, and now she was sitting on a stool in the smoky cave, sewing the rip in one of Jordan's packs. The other pack was already sewed.
Take more of the stew, Agustin. What does it matter if that belly should be full? There's no doctor to operate if you take a goring.
A woman now has the tongue of the great whore.
Robert Jordan squatted by a pannier of grenades and pulled out 4. I could unscrew the detonators and just use them, he thought. I don't think the fragmentation will have any bad effect.
You're going to be throwing bombs, Ingles.
Why not?
But crouched there, what he was thinking was, it is impossible. How I could have deceived myself about it, I do not know. There are 9 of us. I need Anselmo's help to blow the bridge. That leaves just 6 and the girl to take both of the fascist posts, to stop them from interrupting our work. We were as sunk when they attacked El Sordo as El Sordo was sunk when the snow stopped. Pablo knew that all the time. God damn Pablo to hell, he thought.
Ingles. The Maria can hold the horses by herself. I'll go to the lower post and do that which was the duty of Pablo. In this way, we are one more.
Good.
How are you doing, old one?
Oh, so far very well, see. My hands are steady.
Look, mine too.
But can you spit, Fernando?
You filthy mule! Spit in the fire if thou must vaunt thy courage.
Well, I would not have spat on the floor, Pilar, if we were not leaving this place.
Robert Jordan smiled at Maria, and as he did, he saw her mouth open and the unbelieving look come on her face, and he swung toward the cave mouth, reaching for his pistol.
Thou. Me. Hola, Ingles.
There, holding the blanket aside with one hand, was Pablo. Standing short, wide, bristly-faced, his small red-rimmed eyes looking toward no one in particular.
I have 5 from the bands of Elias and Alejandro above with their horses.
And my exploder and detonators? And the other material?
I threw them down the gorge into the river. But I thought perhaps we could detonate using a grenade.
You're lucky we can.
I had a moment of weakness. I went away, but I am come back. At bottom, I am not a coward.
But you are very many other things, Robert Jordan thought. But I'm glad to see you, you son of a bitch.
5 was all I could get. 9 of you could never have done it, never. When I left, I thought you would know that it was impossible and would give it up. Then, after I'd thrown away thy material, I saw it in another manner. I found myself too lonely. Yesterday, all day alone, working for the good of all, I was not lonely. Having done such a thing, there is a loneliness that cannot be borne.
That cannot be borne. That cannot be borne by thee for 15 minutes. Thy predecessor Judas Iscariot hanged himself. Who are these people thee brought? Has brought anything worth bringing?
Some buenos, good ones and stupids, ready to die and all the way you like them.
In the dark, they came up the hill to the narrow pass at the top. Seeing Pablo again had broken the pattern of tragedy into which the whole operation had seemed grooved ever since the snow. And instead of the surety of failure, Robert Jordan felt confidence.
Salud.
Salud.
Come, Matson, if it is not Pepe. How are you, shepherd?
Good. Dentro de la gravedad. Pablo, did you bring any more grenades?
Plenty. Now keep their mouths shut and follow me. Yeah.
Once inside the Republican lines, Andres had reached a battalion commander named Gomez, who gave him a drink of bad brandy and told him that he himself had always wanted to be a guerrillero. Gomez had decided to take him to brigade headquarters himself in order to expedite things, and summoned his motorcycle. Now, with Andres holding tight onto the seat where Gomez was forking the motor, they roared down a shell-pocked mountain road. The headlight showed the gray bulk of the empty trucks coming down from the mountains. There were trucks loaded with troops moving up the road, too. Gomez and Andres speeded up and passed one and another, past ambulances, staff cars, armored cars, and more trucks again.
What an army! What a mechanization! Vaya gente!
Andres had never seen an offensive, or any of the preparations for one before. And as they rode up the road, he marveled at the size and power of this army that the Republic had built.
Venga, Andres. Come. Captain Gomez of the 65th Brigade! We must speak with General Hotz immediately!
Agustin, you and Anselmo come now with me to the bridge. Pilar, thou understandest that there is to be no attack on the post until thou hearest the falling of the bombs.
How many times does thou have to tell me? You're getting like an old woman, Ingles. Tracy. Guard these horses well, Maria.
Pablo, dost thou understand all?
Yes, yes.
Anselmo and I will each shoot a sentry on the bridge, then blow the bridge. Agustin covers us with the machina. Pilar will attack the post above at the sawmill, cut the telephone, and fall back to the bridge. You attack the post below at the road mender's hut.
Destroy the post, cut the wire, fall back on the bridge, cover the bridge until thou blowest. But Ingles, to retreat to Grados, there is still a lack of horses.
I go on foot. The horses are thy affair.
Nay. There will be a horse for thee, Ingles. There will be horses for all of us.
Well, that is thy problem. Thou dost not have to count me.
I wonder what the bastard is planning now, Robert Jordan thought. But I am pretty sure I know. Thank God I do not know these new men.
Suerte, Pablo.
Robert Jordan slung his pack on his back and walked over to the horses to find Maria. He had an unreal feeling about all of this now, as though he had done it all before. He had not felt this young since he had taken the train to go away to school for the first time.
Roberto.
I will see thee soon. Do not worry when you hear the firing. There is bound to be much firing.
Nay. Only come back quickly.
Goodbye, Guapa. Goodbye, Rabbit.
Goodbye, my Roberto.
Anselmo, Agustin, and Robert Jordan dropped carefully down the steep wooded hillside to the point above the bridge where Robert Jordan and Anselmo had watched the first day.
From now on, speak little and softly.
They put the packs down behind the base of the pine trunks and followed Anselmo over to the level place where there was a clump of seedling pines.
Here that will lie while we prepare the exploding, and fire with the Mackin on anything that comes from above or below.
Nada más. Well, nothing more.
I will go now to cross the gorge and be in position at the other end.
When I fire, thou wilt fire. Do not think of it as a man, but as a target, de acuerdo? Thou art a hunter. When thy man is eliminated, cross the bridge to me.
I will do as thou orderest.
Until soon, old one.
At the 69th Brigade observation post, Andres, waiting for General Goltz, watched the Republican planes coming, very proud. He saw the red wing markings now, and he knew that soon the planes would pass overhead and bombs would fall on the fascists. Then the tanks and troops he had just seen would push through after them, reclaiming the land for the Republic. This was how it could be.
I am General Holtz. Where is this message?
Andres did not know what the message said, but he had an idea, looking at Goltz's suddenly shaking hands.
They know.
They know?
It is too late to stop now.
Goltz felt sick at his stomach. The fascists knew about the offensive. There would be no troops on the targeted ridges. They'd be withdrawn a little way below, and when the bombers passed, they'd get back up there with their machine guns and their automatic weapons and the anti-tank guns Jordan had said went up the road, and it would be one famous balls up more.
Cigarette, comrade?
Andres accepted the general's cigarette. He watched the planes, proud still of how things could be, believing in how they could be, even if they never were. Robert Jordan loved this hour of the day always, and now he watched it as though he were a part of the slow lightning that comes before the rising of the sun. Below he saw the steel of the bridge, straight and rigid across the gap, with the wooden sentry boxes at each end. Raising his binoculars, he watched the sentry in his box as he leaned against the wall, drawing on a cigarette. I won't look at him again, he told himself. A long time passed, and it seemed that it was never coming, that nothing could happen on such a lovely late May morning. The sentry reached for his rifle and stepped forward into the road with the sun shining on him as he looked up into the sky toward where the planes were bombing. Robert Jordan felt the quick, liquid, spastic lurching of the gun against his shoulder, and on the road the sentry, looking surprised and hurt, slid forward on his knees, and his forehead doubled to the road. As Robert Jordan reached the bridge, the old man came running toward him, holding his carbine in one hand.
I got him!
Robert Jordan, kneeling, opening the packs in the center of the bridge, taking out his material, saw that tears were running down Anselmo's cheeks through the gray beard stubble.
I killed one too.
Yes, man, yes. We have to kill them, and we kill them.
The girders were cold and wet with dew under his hands, and he climbed carefully. He was sweating heavily now, and it was cool under the bridge. He had a coil of wire around one arm, and a pair of pliers hung by a cord from his wrist.
Hand me that down, a package at a time, viejo.
The old man leaned far over the edge, handing down the oblong blocks of explosive, and Robert Jordan reached up for them, shoved them in where he wanted them, and packed them close.
Wedges, viejo!
They were still firing up the road where Pilar was at the upper post. Too damn much firing, and he was lashing two grenades side by side on top of the braced blocks of explosive, winding wire over their corrugations so they would hold tight and firm.
The other side now, viejo!
On the other side, he looked up and saw Anselmo's face as he reached the packages of explosive down to him. Goddamn good face, he thought. Not crying now.
Where's Viejo?
This side now, and we're done. This will drop it like what all. Come on. Don't get excited. Do it. Clean and fast as the last one. Take your time. You can't lose now. Nobody can keep you from blowing one side now. Pilar has got in trouble at the sawmill. They're still shooting. It's quiet down below with Pablo. I hope to God they don't have any armored cars come up or any tanks. Go on. Put it in just as fast as you can, and wedge it tight and lash it fast.
Almost through. Give me the big coil of wire.
For God's sake, don't loosen them any yet, Robert Jordan thought, as he felt the rings that would release the levers on the hand grenades. God damn, I wish I still had my detonators. He attached a length of wire to one ring, wired it onto the main wire that ran to the ring of the outside grenade, paid off some slack, then handed the coil up to Anselmo. He climbed up onto the bridge, took the coil from the old man, and walked back as fast as he could, paying out wire from the coil as he walked. It was then, looking up, that he saw those who were coming back from the upper post. Eladio was not with them.
How does it go?
Primitivo and Raphael were supporting Fernando. He looked to be shot through the groin, for he was holding himself there with both hands, while the man and the boy held him on either side. Pilar was climbing the bank into the timber, carrying 3 rifles.
We're almost finished. Wait in the trees. We'll go to the horses together.
Robert Jordan carried the wire clear past the end of the bridge and stopped beside a stone marker.
Hold this, Viejo. Hold it easily but firmly. Do not put any force on it. When thou pullest hard, the bridge will blow. Comprendes?
Yes.
I must fix the other wire now. But blow it if tanks come. Only if they come onto it. Blow it if armored cars come. If they come onto it. Anything else, Augustine will stop. I fix the other wire and come back. Take no account of me. Blow it if thou needest to.
Anselmo watched Robert Jordan run up the bridge and climb down under it and out of sight, then crouched behind the stone marker. He turned his head to where Fernando was speaking to Primitivo and the gypsy at the bank of the road.
Please, leave me here. It hurts much and there is much hemorrhage inside.
Let us get thee into the trees. It is not far.
And then afterwards, up to the horses. And the riding. There is no question of my travelling with this. Thus it gives 1 horse more.
Anselmo could see he was suffering much. Fernando held both hands against his groin now, and his face was grey and sweating.
Leave me now, please. I am in a very good position here. Both for up the road and for the bridge. Anything you need me for, advise me.
The edges of his lips were twitching. Primitivo started up the slope after the gypsy, who was climbing fast. Fernando shut his eyes again, and the pain lurched in him. Anselmo looked away from him and out onto the bridge. He did not feel afraid now at all, and he had not been afraid all the day. It goes so fast, and it is so normal, he thought. I hated the shooting of the guard, and it made me an emotion. But that is past now.
Viejo! How's the road? Still clear!
As he crouched behind the marker stone, Anselmo did not feel in any way alone. He was one with the wire in his hand, and one with the bridge, and one with the charges the Ingles had placed. He was one with the Ingles, still working under the bridge, and he was one with all of the battle and with the Republic. There was no excitement, and he was not happy, but he was neither lonely nor afraid. Robert Jordan swung the coil of wire up onto the bridge with one hand and then pulled himself up after it. He heard the automatic gunfire and felt it in the pit of his stomach. Ah, hell, he thought. Pablo's dealing with a tank around there. I'd better set this wire fast.
Viejo, get ready!
He walked, paying out wire, and he looked back at the bend of the road. but it was still clear of any car or tank or men. It was still clear when he was halfway to the end of the bridge, and it was still clear as he climbed around behind the sentry box. Then he was on the road, and now he was almost opposite Anselmo's stone, and it was still clear below the bridge.
Blow her!
The center section of the bridge was gone. There were jagged pieces of steel on the bridge with their bright new turn edges and ends, and these were all over the road. Fernando was still lying against the bank holding his groin. He was not breathing. The old man, Anselmo, lay face down behind the white marking stone. His left arm was doubled under his head, and his right arm was stretched straight out. The loop of wire was still around his right fist. Robert Jordan did not turn him over to see what the piece of steel had done. He was dead, and that was all. He looked very small. Dead, Robert Jordan thought.
Ingles!
Damn you. Damn you and Pablo both. If I had had the exploder, the old man would not have been killed. I could have blown it from here.
Thy bridge is blown, Ingles. Don't forget that. If there'd been no snow, if we'd had Sordo.
Slowly he began to accept it, and let the hate go out. Sure, the snow, that had done it. Once you saw it again, as it was to others. Once you got rid of your own self. The always ridding of self that you had to do in war.
I'm sorry. The bridge is blown. Go to the horses. I must help Agustin with the máquina.
Once Pilar had taken the others and moved further up to the horses, Robert Jordan circled through the pines.
What passes below? Doesn't Pablo know the bridge is done?
They saw Pablo come running around the corner of the bend in the road. At the sheer rock, where the road went out of sight, they saw him stop and fire the short cavalry automatic rifle back up the road. Then, without looking back, he came running, short, bow-legged, fast, his head bent down, straight toward the bridge. Robert Jordan pushed Agustin over, and he had the stock of the big automatic rifle against his shoulder and was sighting on the bend of the road. Nothing. Pablo reached the blown bridge and scrambled down into the gorge. It was then Robert Jordan saw the low-bodied, angled snout and squat turret with the projecting machine gun come around the bend into the bright sun.
Cabron. Is that the famous tanks? Hit him again!
I cannot hurt him. I don't want him to see where we are.
Here comes the fat son of a bitch.
Let's go.
What did you encounter?
Everything. What passed with Pilar?
She lost Fernando and Eladio.
And now?
I lost Anselmo. Where are your men?
There were lots of horses, even for the baggage.
And thy people?
All dead. We have plenty of horses now, Ingles.
The murderous bastard, Robert Jordan thought. You're working with a murderer.
What were you shooting at? At the bend? Did you shoot them all?
Shut up. I have to look after thy interest, and that of the band. I have fought much today, and well. Ask the Ingles.
And now get us through today. For it is thee that has the plan for this.
Now they could see the sun coming down on the horses through the pine branches, and Robert Jordan saw Maria. And the next thing he was holding her, tight, tight, with the automatic rifle pressed against his ribs.
Thou, Roberto, art thou here, truly?
Yes, Rabbit. My good Rabbit. Now we go. Mount. Get on that saddle, Guapa.
How do we go, old one?
Straight down, across the road, up the far slope, and into the timber where it narrows.
Across the road? The tank will be just across the bridge.
It is the only way, man. Thou couldst come at the end if thou will, Ingles. We cross high enough to be out of the range of that machina, but we will go separately and riding much, and then be together where it narrows above. Aye.
As they rode, Robert Jordan was looking through the thinning trees. He saw the oiled dark of the road below. We are around 800 yards above the bridge, he thought. That is not out of range for the Fiat in that little tank if they have come up to the bridge.
Ooh. Ooh. Rabbit. Go second as they cross the road. Second is good. It is later they're always watching for.
But thou...
I will go suddenly. Now go!
Robert Jordan saw Pablo dig his spurs in and plunge down the last pine-needled slope. The others came behind him, and Robert Jordan saw them crossing the road and slamming on up the green slope beyond. Two small fountains of earth rose with plumes of gray smoke just behind the riders in the grass as they continued for the tree line. Robert Jordan rode 50 yards up through the trees. At the edge of the trees, he looked down at the bridge. He could see men on what remained of the bridge, and what looked like a traffic jam on the other side. The tank, and behind that, a larger tank that flashed yellow, bright as a mirror.
Come on, you son of a bitch! Harry, caballo!
Robert Jordan was under the gray horse, and the gray horse was kicking. He could move to the right, but his left leg stayed perfectly flat under the horse. It was as though there was a new joint in it. As the gray horse kneed itself up, Robert Jordan felt with his two hands on his thigh and felt the sharp bone where it pressed against the skin. The grass was green where he sat, and there were meadow flowers in it. And he looked down the slope across to the road, and the bridge, and the gorge, and the road, and saw the tank, and waited for the next flash. Primitivo and Agustin had him under the armpits and were dragging him up the last slope, and the new joint in his leg let it swing any way the ground swung it. And then they had him up to the shelter of the long draw in the timber where the horses were, and Maria, Pilar, and Pablo were standing over him.
Roberto, what hast thou?
The left leg is broken. Let me speak to Pablo.
Does it hurt much?
No. I think the nerve is crushed. Listen, I'm done. I will talk to the girl a moment. When I say to take her. She will want to stay.
There is not much time.
Guapa.
Roberto.
Guapa, listen. We will not be going to Madrid. No, don't. We will not go to Madrid now, but I will go always with thee, wherever thou goest. As long as there is one of us, there is both of us. Do you understand?
Nay, I will stay with thee.
You must go for us both. You are me now.
No.
Rabbit, you art me too now. You art all there will be of me. Stand up.
Maria, vámonos!
He turned his head, sweating, and looked past Agustin down the slope, then back toward the girl. She was now in the saddle with Pilar by her, and Pablo just behind.
Now go, don't look around.
Roberto, let me stay!
I am with thee. I am with thee now.
Do you want me to shoot thee, Ingles?
Get along, I'm very well here. Look well after the cropped head, wilt thou?
God, what bitchery is war! Salute, Ingles.
Salute.
Agustin was crying. so he could not see Robert Jordan clearly. He raised his right fist, brought it down, nodded, and rode up the draw. Now Robert Jordan was alone with his back against a tree. It will be coming soon now, he thought. He looked down the hill slope again.
I hate to leave it. I hate to leave it.
I hate to leave it, he thought. I hate to leave it very much. And I hope I have done some good in it. I have fought for what I believed in for a year now. If we win here, we will win everywhere. The world is a fine place and worth the fighting for. And I hate very much to leave it. And you had a lot of luck, he told himself, to have had such a good life.
Take it easy.
You take it easy now, he said. Get turned over and useful now, while you still have time, Jordan. I wish it would come, he thought. I do not want to get in any sort of mixed-up state before they come. I don't want to do that business that my father did. His leg was hurting very badly now. I can't wait any longer now, he said. If I wait any longer, I'll pass out. And if they take me and bring me to, it will be no good. Maybe I'll just do it now.
Let me just do it. Let me just do it.
But there is something you can do yet. If you can wait and hold them up even a little while, or just get the officer, that may make all the difference for Maria.
All right.
Robert Jordan's luck held very good, because he saw just then the cavalry ride out of the timber and cross the road. He watched them coming, riding up the slope. An officer came trotting up now on the trail of the horses of the band, and he would pass 20 yards below where Robert Jordan lay. At that distance, there would be no problem. Robert Jordan lay behind the tree, holding on to himself very carefully and delicately to keep his hands steady. He was waiting until the officer reached the sunlit place where the first trees of the pine forest joined the green slope of the meadow. He could feel his heart beating against the pine needle floor of the forest.
In For Whom the Bell Tolls by Ernest Hemingway, Robert Jordan was played by Patrick Kennedy, Pilar by Melanie Kilburn, Pablo by Ralph Ineson, and Maria by Leah Brotherhead. Anselmo was played by Michael Burtonshaw, Raphael by Sean Mason, Agustin, Paul Heath, and Primitivo by David Acton. Eladio was Ian Conningham, Andres, Arthur Hughes, and Fernando, Monty Dinverno. The narrator was Colin Stinton. The guitar was played by Ramon Ruiz. For Whom the Bell Tolls was adapted by Ed Heim, and the director was Sasha Yevtushenko.